Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I'm making this video for you, and I'm considering the fact that this is a political season, and you have people from various persuasions of life who are coming before you saying to you that they want to represent you in a certain political office. They're asking for your support, they're asking for your finances, and they're asking for your money. I just want to make sure that you get an opportunity to hear a different perspective from the one that you would normally hear. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there was some time ago I heard, just through the life that I was living, and I used to work for the federal government. I used to work at the Veterans Administration in the Chicago office, and it was during that time that I realized that poverty was a result of a systemic disobedience, that the system that we live under all over the earth allows for poverty to exist, and that poverty must cease, not just here in America, but it must cease all over the globe. Now, in order for this goal to be met, it would take everybody, all people of goodwill, and those who have some connection with a higher power. That expression can be well appreciated. However, I must say that I was led to believe, and I want to qualify the things that I'm going to say to you, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to know that everything that I say, I'm talking about the Spirit of the Almighty, powerful God, as it has embedded itself within me and allowing me to see and understand, that gives me the courage to stand here and tell you these things, knowing that I have the scrutiny of every last one of you. I want you to know that. But at the same time, I understand that some of you detest the messengers of God's soul till this, just the word, the thought, the sound, God just turns you off and makes your flesh crawl. And I definitely don't want your flesh crawling, but I do want you to listen to this message. So sometimes if it seems like I'm bragging on myself, know that it is not me. It is God. And I want you to know this, that I learned a long time ago that the church was on the wrong path. All of the things that were happening in the world, the church was on its wrong path. And my emphasis in ending poverty would require that those who are entitled to that higher spirit, and I'm no more about the Christianity thing than I do others, they are required to show their hand. They weren't showing the hand that represents the God that I'm speaking to you about today. And so I came out to tell them that this poverty thing has got to go. And what I found out is this, and this is how I found it out. I was inspired to go across the country. Faith, just picking up my bags and grabbing a car and going someplace, go as far as the gas is there and run out of gas, speak, talk to people, and try to get some money back together and keep on trucking and go other places and do things like this. And I went around, and as I was leaving, I was led to keep a diary, so to speak, of everything that happened daily, and entitled it American Christians on the Path to Hell. Now, I don't know why, but that's what I was led to do, and I did it. And having traveled for a few months and making it back home, I looked at my notes, and honestly, everything right there before me indicated that the American Christian, as much as they love God, were on the path to hell. And so my next move was to try to see if I can address the public from a view perspective that was a little abnormal. What I would do, I ran for mayor of the city of St. Paul, and what I advocated for are the same things that they preach about every Sunday when they talk about God and how wonderful God is, and how in heaven, how wonderful things are going to be, and where God is, this is all of this and all of that. And I knew that, so I stood up and I advocated just that, bringing peace and prosperity and joy to everybody. Making sure that everybody had food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and most of all, a job. Everybody But nobody heard that. Not the community, not the church. I didn't stop there. I even ran for governor of the state of Minnesota, championing the same things that I did as for mayor. And nobody heard that. It didn't matter how much God, how good and all that stuff was. Nobody heard it. So I'm looking, and I'm hearing the silence of the church. I'm hearing the silence. And so we go on. And then I run for senator from the state of Minnesota. Same thing, same outcome. I run for president, and I'm saying the same things. And you know what? Out of all of this, I've talked to leaders from various organizations throughout the country, Operation Push, I almost said Breadbasket, it seems to go back so far. And all of the NAACP and all the white churches in the community and across the country, and everybody had a silence to ending poverty. Everybody had a silence to the way that God wanted things to be. And so what I found in that is that apparently that the church community does not actually know what God wants and how this thing would happen. It might be a confusing thing to them. And since it is, let me tell you what God wants me to tell you, and this is it. That God is the maker of everything that we know of, even that we don't know of. And the earth, everything that the earth is able to produce for all the things that you men, humankind, have wanted of it, it is because the God that created it made it possible for that to happen. And all of the great things that you come up with about what you would like to do and how you'd like to accomplish this and how you'd like to accomplish that, that is all established by that same magnificent power that created you in your human form. That power is the one that is in charge of that, not you. You don't own it. And in this world, where we can do great, magnificent, divine things, we are here and we have choice. We can do it according to the way the book was written. And when I say book, I'm talking about the spirit of life. We can do it just like that, or we can try to do it our way. We can go our way. You know what our way is? Is our way, and it's full of trouble. And all in our lifetime, that's all we've been doing, going our way. That's why we have people going all across the land trying to find some space. But it's not just, ladies and gentlemen, that these people are running, trying to find some space to live. There's a power that's trying to overcome this world, that's behind all of these turmoils. These things are being financed by people in power, people whose design is to conquer this land, this earth. They are the ones that's behind all of this stuff, and you don't know how to fight it. You don't know how to fight it because you forget that God created this world. And no man, woman, or humankind that we know of can claim ownership to any of it. It only exists because we have accepted a system that allows these types of things to happen. And when we see the result as it is, and someone comes to you to open up your eyes to let you see what's happening, then you have the authority to change your mind, even though you've been led blindly. You don't have time to keep on this old ship. You can change it. And how do you change it? You change it by knowing that that power that created you, that made it possible for your dreams to come true in this life, and required only two things. One, that you participate in the going-ons in this life. You participate. And you do nothing, secondly, to hinder the complete fulfillment and joy in life for anybody on the face of the earth. In other words, you're not settling for it. Somebody might try to pull it over on somebody, but you are not settling for it. Why? Because you see now that with this peace, there is justice. Justice brings that about. We see that when everybody's dream can be satisfied, and on their dream list is the participation in working toward the things that already exist in this life. Whatever is in the homes, whatever is in business outside, whatever is in commercials and travels, it already exists by the power of the unseen, that created it all, the earth providing what it does, and you, the people, providing what you do. And you know one thing that's missing that I haven't said anything about? I haven't said anything about money. Because money is the tool, listen to me good. Presently, I don't talk about what it was meant for in the beginning, but presently, money